Hello, let me put this on. All righty then. Let's see here. So, hi everyone. IG, how you doing? I'm waiting for everybody to come in. Let's see if this is working. Let's see if this is working. Awesome, awesome. All righty, we're gonna start streaming. Yay! Hi everyone. Okay. Hopefully, this is also working on my Facebook on Nine Fruits Counseling, as well as C and Ash if you're on YouTube. So we're just gonna get started. Hi. So check in. Where are you all from? Hey, sis. Hey. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, y'all. First, I'm just gonna give a preference that tech is not my forte. So I just want to make sure everything is good. Let's see. Facebook, streaming on Facebook, streaming on YouTube. Okay. Los Angeles, LA, California love. Memphis representing. Hi, we're doing a check-in. So just go come on in the room. I'm so excited, y'all. Okay, everything's streaming. And on YouTube, also just comment if you are watching for YouTube. So, Jersey's in the house. Okay, you're funny. Hola, everyone. Awesome. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. We are, and I'm looking at two screens. Okay. So if I'm looking at this is IG. If I'm looking at you, this is YouTube and Facebook, but we're just going to go ahead and get started. Is that cool? And so we are going to step into another challenge. So if you've never done a challenge with me, welcome. If you have, you kind of know what it is. We're going to get into it. So before we get started, I just want to introduce myself, y'all. My name is Nicole. I am right now in Memphis too. Shout out to 901. I'm going to be in Memphis. But also, I'm going to be relocating to North Carolina. So I'm representing two states right now. I'm representing Tennessee and North Carolina. Let's go, right? Yes, let's go. And so I'm a licensed mental health therapist. I've been in the field for over 17 years now. I'm passionate about what I do. And one thing God challenged me was that He wanted me to be more open with my backstory. Um, I think people know that I'm passionate about mental health. If you've seen any of my Fruit for Thoughts, if you've seen any of my rare lives, because I really don't go live, y'all. But if you see me, you know I'm really about mental health, mental wellness, right? And so you see the passion, but I think I could do a better job of explaining the why behind my passion, how I got into this field, why I'm passionate about mental health. And so I want to be just begin sharing more about who I am, why mental health is important to me. And one thing I'll start by saying is because I have been personally affected by mental health. My passions include trauma and grief, specifically because my life has been shaped by trauma and by grief. And walking through, there were areas where I thrived. One thing I always used to joke was that my career always flourished. I always did well in my career, but my personal life, I'm gonna be real, sucked. It wasn't good, and I saw that off balance, and I honestly, I landed on, I enjoyed being in my therapy room, in my therapy office with my clients, because it was actually a safe space. First of all, anybody who's in therapy who has done therapy, I tip my hat out to you, because the level of bravery, courage, and just vulnerability y'all show, it's just inspiring. But I realized that I was using my office as my own safe space. And the reason why was because my other areas of my life was such a mess. So I used to escape. And one thing I'm going to do, and we're going to drop like facts. I'm a nerd, so I'm going to be dropping facts and science and all that. But one thing as humans that we tend to do, which is what I was doing, was that in one area, if a specific area is not doing well, we naturally gravitate to an area where we see success, where we see the fruit, where we see the work, right? That's just a natural part of us being humans, especially if our identity and our narrative is tied to that success. And we're going to get into identity here, just because we got to be real, especially when it comes to trauma and grief. But I was realizing that I was fixating on the one area that I felt myself successful in, because to me, identity wise, that means I was a worthy human being. I was deserving of all the things that I was looking for: love, completion, fullness, fruitfulness, right? And so I had to be real. And God, He loves to give nudges and stuff like that. But I had to be real about my dissatisfaction in life, because I wanted to change it. I truly believe we're put on this earth for abundant living, for fullness. And I was like really cheating myself. And God was very clear about that, saying, there's other things I got on the table for you. So I had to be real, and I had to begin my own healing process. And y'all, when I say we get real, like I battled with depression, I battled with anxiety. There was, I can specifically remember this night where I contemplated suicide. That's how bad it got, even though, like I said, I was at the top, but that's how bad it got for me. And it was a wake up call. And so that is my why, that I am passionate about mental health, because no one is immune to mental wellness, or mental unwellness if you don't check it early. I love that. Divine, you're exactly right. Divine dissatisfaction. Come on. And y'all, this can be collaborative. And two, and if y'all want to get in, come on in the room, just let me know. Okay. And I'll pull you in too, because I'm all about, for the next 30 days, I want to build community. I want to build just back and forth collaboration and talk, y'all. So definitely, if you want to chime in, if you want to get in, if you want to comment, please, y'all, because yeah, this is something that it's time. So specifically, I wanted to do this challenge. This challenge is for everybody, whoever wants to participate. But I will say, being a leader, I am a recovering perfectionist. I am a recovering people pleaser. I am a recovering self critic. And I say recovering and healing because I truly believe we're all on a healing journey that will not end until God calls us home. So there are going to be levels to this. So God said, you know what? This was the perfect time for me to continue to share about my why, share about my story, but also do another healing challenge. So this is what we're going to do for the next 30 days, y'all. We're going to get into healing. This is specifically for women. Again, anybody can join in, and hopefully you pull nuggets, but specifically for my women in leadership, because that's me. And the women I work with a lot of clients, but I found myself, when I look back on kind of like I would say my avatar of clients, it was women in leadership. These were my doctors, my nurses, they were CEOs, they were entrepreneurs, and they found themselves in therapy to not really address stress at work, even though that stuff we did land on, but really to address the other areas that weren't being fulfilled. And so maybe with you, you find yourself, you are rocking it out in your career. You're at the top. Congratulations. I celebrate you. I tip my hat off to you, because you probably are already inspiring me. But if you also land on that, you're finding there are other areas in your life that are not fulfilled. If you're operating from lack instead of abundance, if there's anything that you feel is missing, ing, if there's anything you feel you're missing, I want you to dial in a little bit extra to this challenge. And I'm going to encourage you to do the challenge. So for the next 30 days, I'm going to be hopping on lives, IG, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm going to be hopping on lives, continue to share my backstory, where I'm at, the things that, I'm also addressing as well. But also, though, during this challenge, we're going to take our healing deeper. So it is going to require extra grace. I'm always going to come with grace, because I find that we do not operate in self criticism. We don't operate in negativity. We thrive and we grow when we have positivity. But at the same time, we got to have accountability. So if you want to share about this challenge, I encourage you to do so. If you want to bring people into this challenge and maybe y'all can do it together and be each other's accountability partner, I highly encourage you. But we're going deeper, and we're especially going deeper to address trauma. Now, this is not going to be comprehensive therapy whatsoever, but this is hopefully going to be where you are now. After the end of the 30 days, you will see a difference. Now, healing doesn't happen overnight. I think we all can know that and can land on that. However, though, with intentionality, you should see a difference in some area of your life. And that's my hope. Okay. So we're going to be intentional with this challenge. Now, what I do want to share is I do want to get into trauma. So if y'all know, I want to be brief. So if you can give me 15, 30 minutes on these lives, I promise you I'm going to be out your way. And the goal is I want you to think of something that you land on, that you want to focus on. Okay. I'm going to call it a zoom in. Okay. If you get overwhelmed during this challenge, that means you zoomed out. I need you to zoom it in. Focus on one thing at a time. Okay. And so I want to get into the definition of trauma. All right. So, in layman's terms, I want you to think about trauma as an event that has happened in your life that now elicits an emotional response with you. We call these emotional triggers, but elicits a response in you, i.e., a trigger, and it still has significant impact. Okay. So, what I want you to think about and give an example is, let's say I am driving and I'm at a stoplight, right? Um, and that's an event that happened. I got stopped at a red light. Well, now let's say I get stopped at a red light and I get like panicky. I start to hyperventilate. Okay, that's an event plus the emotional response. Let's say though, I'm now hesitant to try to get stopped at red lights. In fact, I freak out and I try to even go past the red light if I can, just because I hate getting stopped at a red light, because the last time I got stopped at a red light, I got rear end, and it was very damaging emotionally and physically for me. Okay, so that's significant impact. So trauma is an event that happened that still has that elicits emotional response for you and still has significant impact. Okay. And so we may find, especially women in leadership, you may find that in certain areas you don't see trauma. And we're going to get into that, how that still could be a trauma response. Let's be real. Meaning, if you're so successful at your job, that actually could be a trauma response. And we're going to get into that. But if you find that there are other areas that are still impacted, that means we may have some uprooting to do, especially when it comes to your trauma, right? And so I want you to think about that. I do want you to also, for tonight, we're going to talk about how trauma can impact areas of your life. We call it the life domains. And so when we think of life domains, I want you to think about, it's your physical, your emotional, your spirituality, you yourself, even your personality shifts and things like that, your relationships with your family, your relationships outside of your home, your work, or academics if you're in school. These are your life area, your life domains. Even your community involvement is considered a life domain. So if you find that you are lacking in these areas, maybe you are doing well spiritually, but you still see some some growth areas of growth in other areas. Or maybe, let's be real, maybe your spiritual life isn't where you need to be. We're going to talk about trauma narratives and things that could come up, and how we perceive, even God. If you're spiritual, it's okay. If you're not spiritual, this could be something you digest, but I am spiritual, so I'm going to come with it from a Christian lens. But we're going to also explore, as far as your areas of domains, that maybe, you see everything okay in your workplace, but you notice you have a lack of socialization. Maybe you don't have that many relationships. Maybe you're suffering. Maybe, you realize you want to date, you want to get married, you want to do all these things, and that's still a sore spot for you, but you're still thriving in your job. Okay. I want you to, for tonight, take an inventory. This is your physical, your mental, your emotional, social. This is your community, your work, academic. I want you to take an inventory in all of these areas and see where's the lack. And here's the thing, where's the lie? Because if you're believing a lie, or if you're ingesting something that is probably like not true all the way, chances are you may be dealing with a trauma root. And that's something that I want you to explore. Explore it with curiosity, not judgment. Okay. Take as much time as you need, take breaks as you need it, okay? I also encourage you, because this is not therapy, to consider therapy if this is something that you want to really get into, especially when it comes to trauma, okay? Or a life coach, depending on what actually your needs are. But I want you for tonight to zoom in, write down all your areas, your life domains, and be honest with yourself. How are you doing? Really? Really, y'all. Let's chime in. Y'all, how y'all doing? Anybody gonna like comment? I'm curious. How are we really doing, y'all? And I want you just to be honest with yourself. That's all. So for the next 30 days, you got me. The next 30 days, I'm here. I have you all. But this is special. You're better. I love that. I love that. And we're gonna continue to get better and better, right? But here's the thing: what I want to do for the next 30 days is I want y'all to hop on my IG. I'm not saving my IGs. Okay. I'm not saving my lives. However, you can catch me on YouTube and you can catch me on Facebook if you want to do a replay, if there's any questions or anything that I go over. But I want you for tonight to do a check in. Stay dialed in for the next 30 days, okay? And we're going to take it. Y'all, we're going to be talking about trauma. We're going to be talking about complex. We're going to be talking about transgenerational trauma. And let me tell y'all, when I say the attacks start coming, when I zone in on transgenerational trauma, it got real. So I'm into this. I'm like so excited for the next 30 days, especially when we come with this. Again, I'm gonna be continuing to share my story with y'all. We're gonna have fun. One thing I like to do, y'all, is I do like to joke, especially because we're talking about such like serious topics. We gotta laugh up in here, right? And I want you to look for laughter. I like to have fun. I like to joke. And so there's going to be some humor in what I try to have humor. I think I'm funny, but we're going to have humor up in here too. But yeah, for the next 30 days, we're going to get into trauma. We're going to get into how it shows up in your life. We're going to get into confidence, identity. Identity comes up with trauma. So we're going to get into it really, really deep. Okay. Because the one thing I want you to consider is your why. That when you say yes to people, why? Why do you say yes? To people. And one thing I landed on was that when I started getting very particular and intentional, um, very intentional about my yeses, I started seeing a lot of people go. I'm gonna be real. You may see some relationships go. You may see some relationships evolve, and that's really okay. All right, but we're gonna get through this. But we're gonna get into how we know we're masking instead of thriving, how we know when we're actually dealing with different types of trauma, especially complex and transgenerational. We're going to be talking about as far as identity, how that shows up. We're going to be talking about, I got a lot of good stuff that we're talking about. I got this all mapped up, y'all. So I'm excited. And I'm not going to share everything so y'all can come back, right? But please like and share. Especially because the more people we can get into this space, the more we can benefit from each other, the more we can heal, the more we can actually enjoy and support each other, but get this fruitful life that we're all blessed and actually promised to have, right? So, y'all, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna do some Q&As too. We just gonna do it, okay? It's gonna be, it is what it is, okay? So this is 18 minutes, all right? Under 30 minutes. That's all I'm asking for. Give me 15 minutes, maybe 30 if we really want to talk. Again, who wants to come up? The price is right. Y'all can come on down. But let me know if you want to step in the room because I love to hear your voice. I know y'all got a story. I know you got a testimony. I know you're doing the work. And I want to put you on this platform too so you can share. Because let me say, you're inspiring me. So I thank y'all so much. And this is gonna be it for tonight. We're gonna take it again. It's gonna be every day for the next 30 days, July the 9th to August the 7th from 7 p.m. Central Time. And we're gonna do this every single night. Okay. Please do. Please, like purpose, preference, please do. Because yeah, I know you got gold in you. All right, y'all. So that's gonna be it for tonight. All right. So I thank y'all so much for coming. I thank y'all for whatever. Okay, so you know what? Do I want to say this? Your definition, evolution of B, your definition of hair and what's a mess is so different. Y'all, her hair is so beautiful. But I'm gonna let you be. I'm gonna let you be. All right. But she has a powerful story too, as well. So everyone does. Like I said, no one is immune to trauma, unfortunately, or some shape of trauma. One thing I want to say, and I'm going to lead us off of this. This is for, I'm specifically after my Ruths, my Esthers, my Deborahs, because it's our time. I kid you not. It's our time. And let me tell you this. Trauma may shape you, but it does not have to define you. Okay? That's all. Yes, life be life, and yes, yes. And we're about to change that narrative. So, all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming in. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Cool. This one bad, right? All right. All right. Until next time, y'all. Love you. God bless.